You are now live.
Morning!
Good morning, everyone.
How are you, Amber?
Who's it?
I don't know, might be our guest. Culligan will be here. I don't know if it's Larry or, I think Larry's coming and not Amber.
You say man, so I was hoping
Culligan,
you
man!
were referring to Amber.
No.
I was like yesterday when I met at lunch with Casey, she said, Melanie texted her and said, tell Janice I said sorry. When I left I said bye handsome, and I meant to say beautiful, but I don't know why handsome came out.
I didn't know who she was talking to.
And I was like, and I said, yeah, when she said it, I looked around like, is there chickens here?
only the roosters are handsome.
I'm like, she said, I'm an idiot. Please tell her I'm an idiot.
Right, 20 seconds. I don't remember which mic is which.
Oh, Lord.
I'll turn them all on, then I'll gradually turn them down. Wicked, what?
Whichever, I think that's a smart idea, because then you hear the talking, and when you don't hear it, it's
I'm
gone.
never over on this side. I don't know what happens here.
Stick me over there, and you won't even have a show. We had a good camera angle. But
Hey, it's been a number of years since I sat at this board for an extended period of time. And I can't get it. I'll probably slide the laptop over here in just a minute. And we'll do this prep first. Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
and this is Janice Ramirez.
That's right. Teresa is going to be in shortly. She had a meeting to attend this morning. So we are joining you on this Cat Shirt Friday here on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com for those of you who'd like to stream the show. And you can also watch us on Facebook Live.
I know I'm going to book in the show today. I'm going to start. She'll come in, and then I'll finish it out with you guys.
That's right, because it's Bootylicious Friday. And you had a little surprise this morning. You didn't know that it was S'mores Day.
I didn't, and I was telling you last night I was baking off camera. I had baked a lot. I brought 3 different kinds of cookie bars in today, but then I made like 30 cupcakes yesterday also, because I'm going to drop them off at quick refrigeration. And I made some that were s'mores, and I was showing you the pictures, and I didn't bring any of those cupcakes because I didn't realize it was S'mores Day.
Well, we live and learn as we go along. You generally pull up the national days, especially before doing the treats on Friday, in case there's something it might tie in with.
I know, but I was looking at sweets, and you guys are like cooking for my kids. Everybody has different taste buds, so I had to make 3 different kinds of bars this morning. So when I find anything snickerdoodle, then I have to kind of center around that, because you don't find a whole lot of recipes with that in it, and I know it's Teresa's favorite. So
Yes, it is. She is a snickerdoodle junkie, especially around the holidays, too. All right, again, she will be joining us shortly. And a reminder, it is Cat Shirt Friday. So we are encouraging our listeners and viewers to get their entries in. This week's prize is pretty cool, and it's really easy to enter. People say, well, I don't have a pet. It doesn't have to be your actual pet. We want a photo. It could be a stock image off Google, or it could be a neighborhood cat. Maybe you volunteer at one of the local animal agencies. Or you've been down to PetSmart, where they have the Humane Society of Yuma animals for adoption. I almost said rent.
I'm going to rent this.
I'd like to take it for a test drive.
I need it for a family function, and I'll bring it back.
But it's really easy to submit those images. All you do is text them to 928-343-0993, or you can message them to pretty much any of us on Facebook. I know we already had, I think, 25 entries by even 7:30 this morning on the Z93 Facebook page.
I know on Fridays when it's Cat Shirt Friday, I'm always like when I'm getting ready, and you could see me like holding up my fist, kind of cursing you because you've added me on to the alerts page. Yeah. So then I'm getting these alerts, and I think something's wrong, so I go look, and I'm like, oh, another cat shirt.
You have editing capabilities on the station page. You and Anita both. So there's certain times where you're probably like, oh, Jennifer.
What is this? But then there's other times I'm like, oh, look at this info. I know it way before everybody else.
See, there's that scoop there.
I love that.
Well, yesterday we did receive some information in the Yuma community, and if you listen or follow us or check out our website, you've obviously seen the information already. An arrest was made in the December 28, 2014 Stuart Vincent Wolf Creative Playground fire. That's also known as Castle Park to many in the community, and it's one of the most beloved aspects of our Parks and Rec department because it was built by hands of community members. And a large part was funded also by donations from the Yuma community. And a 17-year-old has been arrested. He was actually already in custody for a shooting situation involving Yuma police officers on August 1st. So he would have been responsible for the Castle Park fire when he was 13 years old. So they're waiting for the Yuma County Attorney's Office to file charges, or there's a process by which things will take place. So we will definitely keep you updated as that unfolds.
When I was talking to my 17-year-old last night about it, and I was saying I like that there's some closure on the situation and that we can try to move on from that, but it was just so disheartening that, he was 13 when he did this, and it just shows you that certain choices you make as a child are really going to haunt you for a long time. And my son was saying, wow, Mom, he was a kid. And I said, I know. It just saddened my heart to know that happened by someone such a young age.
That is very, very true. All right, Anita has a comment, and your mic should be on. I don't remember which mic goes with which person.
Excellent.
So
We just
there you
lined
go.
them all open.
I turned them all on. We're good.
There we go. Well, it's one of those things, being a parent and trying to raise responsible young adults. One of the things we've always really tried to impart on our children is who you choose as your friends really makes a difference in what your life path is going to be, and that you will be guilty by association if you are with people who are making poor choices. So you really got to be conscientious about who you choose to spend your time with.
That's very true.
Exactly.
And the same applies for adults too, though. Sometimes we
Absolutely.
don't always get in the best relationships with friends, or I think we believe as we get older we get better at making better judgments too.
Sure.
But we all have our ups and downs too, and someone may come into your life at a moment where you need them then. But again, people continuously grow over time, and we're not always the same.
No.
No.
And you have different circles. I have different circles of friends too. Because there's certain days like you need to just let loose and have fun. You hang out with a certain group of people. And then there's other times we need to be really responsible, and you hang out with those, and then you have your parent group also from with your kids and stuff. So you just have to really, really be careful just growing up. Like I said, it just is heavy on my heart that someone that young did that, but I'm so glad that we found who did it.
That's right.
And we don't have to continue wondering.
No, that's true. Do I fall under your responsible friend group?
You're kind of borderline.
Okay, I thought you were going to say boring, which is true.
Right,
I'm not a major party animal, but you can count on me to get stuff
And then
done.
there's work friends, so you're like 3 parts of a triangle.
It's the
There are 3 sides
trifecta.
to a triangle.
Yeah, you're 3 parts of my friend
I
triangle.
work there. Awesome. Okay. Well, we mentioned it is Catcher Friday. Today's prize includes, and I don't have my laptop in front of me. I haven't slid it over here yet because I know the minute I do, Teresa will be coming in,
Exactly.
and my phone isn't loading Facebook properly. The
Here,
prize
let's see.
is
Can I
valued
help
at
you?
$200 and includes a $25 gift card from Wingstop,
Yay.
a $25 gift card from Oriental House of Yuma,
Yeah.
a $50 Lotus Day Spa and Salon gift certificate because we all need to pamper ourselves, a $50 Laser Gals gift certificate, 2 card packs of collectible cards from FanQuest. It's part of their Magic the Gathering line, and a rally towel from the D-backs and one of the cell phone stands. I know those are a big hit around here. And $25 from Jennifer Blackwell Photography. It all goes into this adorable cat tote bag, and the cat has glasses, valued at $200.
Wow.
See, I did pretty good. Anita handed me her phone just because hers did indeed load very well. And get your entries in by noon today. Again, you can either text those to 928-343-0993 or message them to us. We put a little, it's not a teaser, but we do a little bit of a promo. There's always myself and my cat on Fridays. That's our Friday morning ritual. I tell her it's hashtag Catcher Friday. And she gives me the strangest look. And my husband just shakes his head.
She gives you cat attitude.
It's cat
One eye
attitude.
kind of goes, and
Yes,
she kind of
attitude.
rolls her eyes like, oh,
Uh-huh.
I must be so adorable. Take a picture.
Exactly. Well, Catcher Friday, it's also Free Filter Friday at Quick Refrigeration, so we want to drop that reminder in there. Coming up on the show today, we have Foodylicious Janice will be popping in later also to wear her other hat. That's her food hat. And prior to that, we have the Culligan Man. It is the Culligan Man, correct?
It is the
Okay,
Culligan
I didn't know
Man.
if it was the Culligan Man or the Culligan Man's daughter. But Larry...
They're both here.
Oh, they're both here?
They're both here.
Larry and Amber from Culligan Water of Yuma will be here. And we're going to be talking about safe drinking water. And we touched briefly yesterday on the fact that we've had some concerns from the community here the last several months about the safety of water and the importance of testing that. And we're going to talk about testing your well water. And they're just going to cover several different things. I even brought in a bottle of water.
Oh, I said it right there.
Oh, that's mine. It's a partial bottle.
Oh, thank
All right.
goodness I did not open that and drink some of it.
Well, it's...
That was sample water or it really was bottled water?
No,
No, it's
what I
her
had on my
water.
desk.
Oh, I thought you brought it as a sample
For them
right
to
there when you were
test?
saying, yeah, and I was like, oh, I was going to take a drink of that water, but then I didn't. Thank goodness I did.
Oh, geez.
I would mark it or let you know.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, my water's hard right now, so here's a sample.
That's the other side of Jennifer who likes to pull pranks, and she would have
Oh.
just been watching me drink it.
What?
Yeah, we lived out in the county for some years, and well water is so different than city water.
It is very
I
different.
mean,
Yes, it is.
cleaning everything, you just have to do a little harder. It's harder on your hair and stuff. So when we finally got like a water purifier system, it was like heaven. You could hear the music, oh, coming down from the skies. That first shower, because it was lovely.
I grew up with well water until I moved pretty much to Yuma because I moved here when I was barely 20 and I'd only lived out on my own for a short period prior to that. So we grew up with a well, but then when I got here, we lived in town for a couple of years, but I'd been in the foothills for over 11 years. And the water out there is a little bit different. I did have neighbors that were taking samples and they would bring it by just to let us see it like we didn't know it, and it looked like weak tea or apple juice.
Yeah.
And that was what came right out of their faucet in the morning. So I don't miss that. All right. We want to announce our Firehouse Bundle winner, too, from Firehouse Subs. We had so many entries.
I know.
I had to, once I pulled up the text line, I had to blow on it, let it cool down.
So exciting.
Because we told people, you have until 8 o'clock Friday. Go ahead and get those entries in. And, oh, boy, did you. Congratulations to Floyd Hearn.
You're going to get to go and call ahead of time, and they will set you up a platter. You're going to get the different sub sandwiches. You'll get chips assortment. You'll get cookie assortment. You get a gallon of the iced tea or lemonade. I mean, this can feed 10 people. You could be a hit of your office if you took it in. If you took it home for your kids and got it over the weekend, be like, hey, we're going to do a little treat here. Took it and go to the park maybe on an early or the later afternoon when you don't boil to death out there. I know you almost caught me saying the H word, but I did not. They both look at me like, am I going to get a quarter? Am I going to get a quarter? No, you didn't get me, ladies. But it is a great, great price.
At 11 o'clock, it should be cool enough to do that if you want to go outside tonight. No. The evenings are nice. We've been going for our walks 7:30, 7:45, and it's completely bearable. I'm not sweating to death or anything like that. I just take my bottle of water with me. Yes, it's true. And get a nice little walk in.
Nice.
Her one bottle of water that she does a day because she hates
No,
water.
she's very good. She
I'm
understands
trying to
the
be better. I
importance.
understand the importance of hydration. We want to give a shout out this morning to those watching us on Facebook because I had to log out of the app and then back in. Hello to Cindy and Megan. Yes, Megan, we got your Cat Shirt Friday entry. And good morning, Andy. And Atina, April, all our A's in a row. Amber, Snickerdoodles are her favorite too. Well, we'll have to give her a little treat when she comes in for the interview.
Well, they're there. She can
And
grab one.
She can wash it down with some water.
Not the sample water.
And yes, Snapchat filters work. They're fine for entries too for your Cat Shirt Friday.
Get a stuffed animal. It's an animal.
It works.
Dress your kid up. Stand next to your kid.
And good morning, Cousin Lisa. Terry is at a meeting. She should be here soon. Sorry, that's Terry. That's our private speak. She calls me Jen here all the time. Whoops. Sorry about that. too many buttons. All right, a couple national days, and then we'll bring our Culligan folks in. Today, it's National Shapewear Day. Like we mentioned, this may have been off air before we started, and it's a day to celebrate its history, the current trends, and the continued use and evolution of body shaping garments. Now, today we might be thinking of Spanx or something along those lines, and they are a lot better at hiding problem areas we may have. But think back to many, 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 many years ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
The corset-like garments, and They had, they date back to Greek and Roman antiquity, but it was during the 16th century when corsets and shaping undergarments appeared to have ascended in the status of required fashion. And I don't know, there was, like the Victorian era, it was a complete time where that was expected of you, and typically worn by royalty that marked the current style of the era. We've seen that. Well, look back at all the how they were fashioned. And many changes and trends in clothing fashion were accompanied by the ubiquitous corset that was perhaps the most recognizable item. Weren't some made of bone?
Yes,
Yeah.
Whalebone.
Okay, that's what I thought.
How horrible. I was telling you guys off, I mean, it was some years ago. I had to get into a dress that was, you know, showed everything, so I had to use one. And they've changed so much just probably in the last 20 years. Let alone over time. But that one, I hated it. I mean, you just barely got in there, forget it. Breathing later, forget it. By 6 hours, you couldn't breathe anymore. And they're like, sure, just easily take off to use the restroom and come back. No, that's a lie.
There are also a lot of wedding dresses now that have a corset style lace up in the back, or even some of the hooks.
Yes.
But, you know, they come in a few different pieces, too. You may have the skirt that is separate. And when watching some of the young ladies get into those dresses at the weddings, I'm thinking, have you really thought this out, though?
Yeah, but it looks great.
It looks beautiful, and those shots from the back are amazing because it is. It's a piece of art, and it takes so much effort even creating that and then also cinching it up.
Yeah, no.
I've had some where it's like, okay, I need you to pull that side. I'm like, oh my goodness, you need to breathe, girl.
I know, like, you do watch the older movies where they would hold on to the bedpost,
Yeah.
and the maid
yes.
would come in and she would help you,
Cinch.
the dressing maid, and cinch you in and stuff. It was like, oh gosh, the torture that women have had to endure over the years to look acceptable.
Fashionable.
And be trendy.
Ugh.
That's always important.
Yes.
It's also National Connecticut Day. They were the 5th state to join the United States of America. It's National Lazy Day. I like that. Fridays are very hard to be lazy.
Yes.
But
I like the
there's
idea,
too much
though.
to do before the weekend and Monday to get rolling for the next week.
yeah, but it's National S'mores Day.
Hello.
All right.
I'll have s'mores of that.
But oh, you're on with the puns. She made a cat pun earlier too.
I try to think of a cat pun every week that you have not ever used, and it's really hard.
All right. Well, you ready to wing it for our sponsors for today?
I am.
All right. Well, go ahead and hand me my list over there. I don't remember. No kidding.
You do this every day, and then I'm not going to get it to
I
see.
do it every day. Today in Yuma is on Z93 in Outlaw Country, brought to you by Classic Accounting. Now, Dave and his crew have over 30 years of experience and knowledge to help you, not just with your business taxes, but they can help you out with your personal accounting needs too. Give them a call at 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports, they have the only indoor shooting range in Yuma, 10 lanes, air-conditioned comfort. They also are your home for your ammo, for your everyday bird needs to get those out of the area. Also coming up pretty soon is dove season, so make sure you go in and see what's new with them.
All right, and quick refrigeration, it's Free Filter Friday, taking your old, dirty, dusty, dingy air filter down to 190 West 10th Street. They will give you a brand new standard 1-inch air filter for free. Just take it down there. It's important that you change those filters out on a regular basis to help extend the life of your unit.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialist, they have a special going on right now. I think it might be coming to an end pretty soon. So go onto their Facebook, their Twitter, their Snapchat, and see what special they are always updating on what you need and what you can get at a good deal.
And follow them on all of those social media platforms because they have different specials on some of the pages on occasion. And you definitely want to get in on those good deals. And last night my son said, hey, Mom, make sure to thank Advocate again because he spends a lot of time at night outside in the backyard enjoying the weather. And again, it's not buggy now that they came and sprayed. So you're welcome.
Technical term, buggy.
That's right. We'll be back with Today in Yuma after the break on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and Facebook Live.
Did you see Sergio's response to It's National Lazy Day?
What's the National Lazy Day comment?
That explains my low energy.
Just woke up with it.
All right, let's get them in.
Yeah, I had to kind of jiggle it this morning.
Yeah, I can't. It wasn't loading on my phone. And so you shared it, and then I opened it from there. Hello, Larry.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good.
guys can go ahead. Good morning. You're on Facebook Live. We can leave that open now. Gives us a little better airflow.
And oh yes, they're in containers, so you can grab them with your hand and take.
The caramel is gooey. It's almost like it was planned.
Right? You didn't even know that was
Oh.
You know, sometimes I just am intuitive that way. Like, what should I make? Who's coming in? Hold on. There we go.
Man, that one's loud out there. That rooster.
There's only one. I have 15 around my house, so.
Well, there's more than that, but they tend to go off one at a time a little bit later in the morning.
And last week with my little dog here, in and out through the thing, they didn't like it. He took off after 4 of them.
Oh, goodness.
Good
They're
for
like,
him.
no, the chickens are bigger than you. Come back. He's like, look how macho I am, Mom.
My mom calls all the baby chickens chicken nuggets.
That's what we
do
here.
too.
There's the levels. There's nuggets and tenders, and then they hit that kind of preteen stage. And that one of the roosters is at that point right now, and I think he may be trying to find his voice. His crow's a little off. It's that voice cracking.
And the 3 teen
12-year-old?
ones, we call them the velociraptors because they
Yeah.
look like, and they travel in a 3.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
We're only down to, on occasion, one little gray skinny cat.
Oh, so you left the chickens and ran all the cats away?
It appears that way.
I thought that was me. Oh, this one. She turned the wrong way. It comes off.
After this one.
No, you'll only need them if we get a phone call.
Or if you want to wear them, because they look cute.
It's all the rage, Larry.
These
I
match
wear
my
my race
outfit
ones all the
colors.
time, so.
He'll come in with his own.
Yeah, I got the headpiece, the mouth, the whole thing, so. We can talk when we're at the races.
Oh, Atina says the chicken's reminder of home.
Aw. I do like April's comment though. She'll eat anything and she can be here in
In
5 minutes.
See, that's the kind of person I like. That's how I tried to raise my kids. You'll eat anything I put in front of you. Okay, they won't. They won't eat eggplant. I've tried it many, many different ways, and they're like, "Mom, stop trying. We are not gonna. It tastes like dirt, and we don't want it."
It tastes like dirt.
And I said, "No, this is Parmesan. It has sauce and stuff." Okay, thanks for the dirt with cheese and sauce. You don't want it.
So good, Mom.
Mom.
That's good.
That's funny.
I tried.
We're coming back in just a minute. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Janice.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and Facebook Live. Janice is filling in for Teresa, who should be making it in shortly. She had a meeting to attend this morning at school, so hopefully that is wrapping up soon so she can come and enjoy Catch Her Friday here. It's a tradition.
Whoop whoop.
All right, now on the station with us in the studio, we have the Culligan man himself and the Culligan daughter. We have Amber Thornton and Larry Yarlott here from Culligan Water of Yuma. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Now, we talk about water here often, whether it's drinking water and the water that people like to splash around and enjoy themselves in here in our community. And we want to talk about the importance of safe drinking water today.
Yes, August is Water Quality Month, and so we want to make sure that people know the water quality of their water, and especially with our outlying areas, because not everyone in Yuma has the water from the city of Yuma. The municipal water is, a great utility grade water, but we want to make sure that those that are in outlying areas in the well water have great water as well.
It's very important, and we've talked about hydration on a very frequent basis, especially here during the summer. And it's recommended that you drink a lot of water. But again, how can we make sure that what we're drinking is safe water?
Well, if you're buying bottled water from the grocery store, it all has to be labeled by the federal government regulations, and it'll tell you right on it how it's made and what it's produced at, and the quality of the water that's there. Just because it comes in a bottle doesn't always mean that it's great water. Taste is a big thing with people, so you generally have to just read the bottles and absorb the information that's on the bottle So you know you're getting a quality water you're looking for.
And you're right, as far as the different brands, it is a preference. I have several people that all cannot stand one particular line of bottled water. And to me though, but it's a preference. I think it's all terrible.
Yeah.
But it's important to drink it. I know that.
The thing with bottled water is all the companies have their own formula. It's all produced in basically the same manner. They run it through reverse osmosis and deionization to literally strip everything from the water, and then they add back their particular minerals at a certain level to give the water that flavor that they're looking for. True water has no flavor. It's all the things that are in it that give it the flavor.
But it doesn't taste like Diet Coke with cherry. That's what's wrong with it, in my opinion. No, I'll use the flavor drops because it doesn't just gives it a little something there for me. And I know it's flavorless, but we have a reverse osmosis system in our home, and we've had for years. Even with city water now, it was something my husband wanted, but when we were out in the foothills area, we did also. And you could certainly tell when you were changing out the filters, the difference between the two zones and how many more items or sediment that one of them, we hadn't changed it in a while. We were still newer to the homeowner game and not exactly sure how that worked. It was kind of like mud. So that at that point, it's overdue.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to let the filters become so impacted that it's actually forcing the dirt on through the filter. Foothills is a different beast of the water. They use well water out there, and some of the wells are very challenging, to say the least. In the city of Yuma, they do an excellent job of delivering us the water that comes from the river in a clean, safe, utility-grade water.
All right.
But there's always need for more treatment. If they treated the water to our bottled water qualities that people like out of our tap, our water bills would be $300 a month.
Because that costs money to do all that.
Yeah, and in reality, the amount of water that comes into your home, we're only consuming a very small part of it. A lot of it's used in irrigation for your lawn, washing down your driveways. So we don't need to treat all the water that's going to your home to the quality that we're going to use for consumable water.
Is that why the RO systems are generally smaller and is that up to a couple gallons a day?
No, most ROs nowadays, they're rated at about 35 gallons of production a day.
Oh, okay.
So they make water very quickly. The idea there is that if you do drain your system down from a heavy demand in the morning, it recovers itself very quickly.
Okay.
So you're not without water for any period of time.
Now, one of the reasons we have you here today, Larry, is we want to talk about the importance of testing your well water, and there's a certain time frame that you're recommending that be done.
Yeah, it should be done once a year. Wells can change through the year. They can change with the irrigation that we get in our field irrigation with the chemicals that they're putting in. It can affect well water. So we do recommend that they be checked once a year. Lately, we have been seeing wells coming up with nitrates in them, which haven't been too big of a problem in Yuma of late. But lately, we're seeing more wells testing with nitrate levels that are approaching or over the federal government limit, which then require a system that's designed specifically for nitrate removal.
Right, and that might not necessarily be the case at every single property in the county. It might vary, but you're going to need to have the testing done and make sure that you take the necessary precautions to eliminate that.
Yeah, you really should. It's not that expensive of a test for the self-insurance and the self-assurance that you're not going to be drinking or giving your kids something that's going to be detrimental to their health.
And is that something that would be done on site, or would they bring you a sample of their water?
We either go out and take a sample because there's a chain of custody that has to be established on the water sample. So we take the sample and it's sent to our Culligan lab in Illinois, and we get results turned around within 48 hours.
Just depends on which test that we're testing for.
Okay.
Bacterial tests have to be done within a certain time frame because they track how it grows, if anything's going to grow. But other tests do take just a little bit longer. And because the Culligan lab is an EPA certified lab, there is a whole host of a big laundry list of what we can test for. If you have concerns about certain things, that we can test for those specific items as well, not just the E. coli and coliform and nitrates, nitrites, lead, but there's a whole bunch of other things that if you think you are having a problem, that we can test for those things.
Well, Culligan has been around for over 80 years now.
Yes,
and you
ma'am.
guys truly are a leader in the industry. And it's one of the first names that pop up when people start thinking about water treatment and things that are associated with that. And Culligan has launched their Truth About Water campaign. And there's a lot of things you've even shared today that I wouldn't have thought about.
Yeah.
And I've lived in different areas. I grew up with a well water, and again had the Far West water out in the foothills, city water here in Yuma, but also back home in Safford too, city water when I lived on my own prior to moving to the Yuma area. And it's apples to oranges, really it is, in the quality you're getting and just the variation of the areas.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with the water source they start with. You know, we're very lucky. We have the oldest water rights to the Colorado River. So when the water wars start, we may have to fight for it, but we do have the legal right for it. So we're very fortunate there. You go to other parts of Arizona where they're on the saltwater project, like up out of Tucson, their water quality is a lot harder to deal with at different times of the year just because of the influence from the water tables that they deal with.
Well, even just you said the water quality harder to deal with. Their water softeners are an option out there too. We tend to have hard water in our area, and you can tell by some of the sediment that it will leave, even just basic dishwashing.
Yeah, and hard water leaves the white crustation on your faucets and your dishes. You know, in an automatic dishwasher on hard water, the dishes come out looking worse than they went in.
That's true.
So without a water softener, it's a battle that you'll never win. So it's most of the Southwest is considered a hard water area, just because of where we're at. You know, the Colorado River travels 1,600 miles before it gets to us.
Wow.
And we're at the bottom of the barrel.
Oh,
So everything the water has touched in 1,600 miles ends up down here in Yuma.
I was going to say, we're drinking downstream then, aren't we?
Yes.
There was a show on the other day on Food Network, and one of the little boys, they own farmland, and he took a big drink out of the river near their home, and he goes, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. But the dad said, I always tell you, drink upstream, not downstream.
Yeah,
So
yeah, most definitely.
there is some merit to that indeed. And let me see, one of the other stats here on the list is that 24% of people do not believe their tap water is completely safe to use for cooking, bathing, or consuming.
That's true. And in lots of parts of the country, their water isn't. If they're in the older parts where they had lead piping was used prominently in the building back in the 40s and the 50s, them older houses have never been upgraded. Yeah, they're ingesting a lot of lead infected water just because of the plumbing that's in their house.
I knew, well, you hear a lot of the things about homes that don't pass inspection because of lead paint or other. I didn't know there was lead in the pipes.
There was actually lead in the pipes.
Oh my goodness.
The solder that was used back then was 50% lead.
Okay.
The brass that was used in all of your faucets and appliances was 50% lead. So there was a lot of lead in the materials itself, and the water would literally leach it back out of the material. So the first burst of water people get in the morning will be 10 to 15 times higher than it would be as if they had ran the water for a minute or two.
So that is recommended that you do at least run it for a minute.
Yeah, if you're in an area
that
that has old plumbing, old houses, you want to let the water run for a couple of minutes before you start using it, just to clear the pipe. Because then it would sat overnight. The water is a universal solvent. It likes to pick up, so it leaches back out of the materials that it's in. And if it's got lead in the joints or in the brass, it'll leach that lead back out.
At what point in history did they stop doing that?
It was in the 60s that they started recognizing that you really didn't want that much lead in everything, and it wasn't until the late 70s that they mandated the lead-free solder. So early 80s is when we started seeing the changeover from pipe and solder joints that had a lot of lead in them to the lead-free solder. So just about anything built before the 80s, you need to
might be questionable. Good information there. See, I never had any idea about that.
I know, I've learned so much today that I didn't even, I always, Culligan was water and you wanted it to taste good and it was coming to your house and it was yummy when you bought it from them, but I never knew the in-depth of the testing that you do and that you actually go to places and test their water. And so what does that usually run? Like if I'm out in the county and I have a well and I want you to come test it, what does that process usually cost the homeowner?
Depending on the level of the test you want, can be as low as $15 for a coliform test, or it can be as high as $300 if we're testing for carcinogenics. So it just depends on the level of the test that we're looking to do. What's our standard realtor test?
The average standard that we do a lot of times for realtors, because they do need to have certain tests for the Safe Water Drinking Act when lenders are funding a home with a well, that's $125, and that includes us picking up the sample, the shipping it, the tests that they're required, which is usually E. coli, total coliform, nitrates, nitrites, lead, and arsenic are the ones that are included in that realtor one that are the Safe Water Drinking Act that needs to be passed for homes.
And do some of those count towards the carcinogens that your dad mentioned? Or is that something different?
That's something different. Carcinogenics generally are we're talking about petrochemicals and things like that, where you could have had a contamination. I mean, I'm not pointing fingers, but like around military bases have been notorious for having bad water tables. Fort Lejeune in South North Carolina is a hot spot. They have polluted the ground table so bad back there that the people that live on base are being affected from it.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's something that we look at when we're in an area that we have a suspicion that it could be a problem. That's when we recommend you might want to think about doing those tests too.
We lived out in the county for a while on my parents' property, and we had well water. Do you get a higher, say, mineral content on well water than you do on city water?
Oh, most
do you have
definitely.
different ones?
Most definitely.
And are those, a lot of them, are they beneficial to you or not?
No, our body does not absorb minerals through water absorption very well at all. You'd have to drink 65 gallons of water a day to get your daily minerals in your body. Well, you can't. You drowned yourself if you tried to drink that much.
Oh my goodness.
So generally the minerals that are in water are not something we look at as a health effect or added to our dietary needs. The well water around here we see in the valley is high in iron, high in hardness, high in sulfates. That's what gives it the rotten egg smell that a lot of people have on their well water. None of those are good for us. High levels of calcium in the water will promote kidney stones.
Well, the rotten egg odor or the similar, uncomfortable smell was what I would encounter in the foothills first time when we would turn the water on in the morning.
Right.
Too, because it hadn't run through those pipes. But we also had gas out there, natural gas. So I'm like, wait a minute, what is this?
Yeah.
And then it would dissipate, and it was just another one of those things involving county living.
Yeah, and for many years the Far West Water wasn't required to chlorinate their water. So in the summertime when the heat's up and then water tanks are approaching 100 degrees, the non-pathogenic bacteria growth can get a little high, and that's when you get that smell like you're talking about on the first burst of water in the house.
Well, you certainly don't want to make a pot of coffee with that.
No.
That would not be a good thing at all. So.
Well, you wouldn't have to make eggs. You already had breakfast at the same time.
There you go. Well, if people would like to reach out and get some more information or possibly set up an appointment to arrange for their water testing for their wells or any other services Culligan officers or offers, how can they reach out to you?
So you can reach us on our Facebook page. We have Instagram, Twitter, and you can call the office 928-783-7032.
All right.
And our website's culliganyuma.com.
You can't just go, hey, Culligan, man.
Well, you could.
You have to reach out further.
You.
Okay. Well, you'd hear me.
I hear that at the stop signs a lot.
Do you? But see, that's also branding,
That's
too.
excellent branding. That's years and years and years of branding.
I've been doing this 42 years. I started off as a delivery driver, and in the summertime, you would literally have a group of kids running down the street yelling it at you as you're driving away.
But I think it's cute.
Oh, it was, as I say, I'll be worried when I don't hear people say it.
All right, well, we want to thank Amber and Larry from Culligan Water of Yuma for stopping by and talking about water testing and the importance of safe water drinking. And this is our little island theme music here, too, since it does involve water. Give them a call today or check them out on the social media platforms. Thank you so much for coming in. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie here on Catch Up Friday. We'll be back with Foodylicious Friday. Well, Foodylicious, it is Friday. Janice here after the break.
Do I have to switch chairs?
No, you can sit right there if you like. All right, we're good. It's Today in Yuma. We'll be back after the break on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and Facebook Live.
And I'll get some, we have some
Thanks.
napkins too, so that way you can take some treats with you.
Oh, okay.
I'll pass. Sticking to my diet.
Good boy.
photo and
I'm
I'll
so
grab
proud
mine.
of you.
It's tough.
Is Larry short for Lawrence?
Nope.
Is it Larry?
It's Larry. My mom fought that from the day I was born.
Really?
Oh yeah, she said Larry. The nurse they started to write Lawrence on my birth certificate, and she says no, his name's Larry.
Take some other ones.
In school, same thing. It's Lawrence. No, it's not. It's Larry. So
Gotcha.
it was. My mom battled it the whole time.
Well, I have a Lawrence. My father-in-law is Lawrence, and so my eldest son. My mother's Laura. My father-in-law is Lawrence. So it made sense to name my firstborn
Sure.
Lawrence.
What are we doing?
You gonna take a picture?
Oh.
Let's go get our selfie.
But we call him Larry Boy. He's our Larry Boy.
See, when I first heard her call him Larry, he'd never been Larry to me. I'm like, what Larry are you talking about? He's like my son. I go, Lawrence, you call him Larry? Oh, sorry, I'm not Teresa.
Here, you can take a picture. Use your arms today.
All right, everyone squeeze on in. Smile. You have it.
You're Teresa?
No worries, Chris. We'll get that shout out.
Oh, thanks for having
She's
me.
gonna grab her
I'm
plate.
gonna grab my plate now.
Good seeing you. No
Take
problem.
care. Grab your treats.
I never knew that you guys
Give her a call. We do. There's a lot of things I do. I do all commercial treatment. I do industrial water. So we just did help do the startup for the new egg plant, Almar Foods, out there.
Awesome.
So that's a big place out there.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And it's important. Having a good water there is very
Oh,
important.
they have a RO system that makes water about 100 gallons a minute.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's like a
That's-
fire hose coming out of it.
That's fantastic. I love my RO.
Okay,
No, I'm from the
bye-bye.
Midwest, and we didn't have hard water in the Midwest, you know.
No,
and
some places
we had
don't.
high water table. So our basement was 5 feet underground, but it was just above the water table. So if you got any water, any rain, what
Basement
happens?
floods.
Oh, that
right.
was my life. Bye, guys.
Oh gosh. Hold on, let me look at signs.
Like,
You spew it every day.
see that far though.
And I'm like, okay, let me read some signs.
I'm like, we
I don't even
didn't
know
do
what to
You're
say.
going to have to do that on the next one because you missed it.
No, I know. It's fine. I just
Okay.
told her. I go, we'll do it coming back in.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I could talk about certain things I do definitely know about these places, but holy moly.
Oh, that's not good.
Still don't know which mic's mine.
Well, at least it's staying there.
All right, coming back. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And this is Janice at Foodylicious.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting, where they have over 30 years of experience to benefit you, whether it's your personal or business accounting needs. They can help you out. Give Dave and his crew a call at 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports, they are the home of certification on different licenses and classes that you need. I know that I personally went through the first beginner shot class with my children and I when we were going to bring a firearm into our house. So very knowledgeable, very useful. Go check out their classes.
And it's Free Filter Friday at Quick Refrigeration. Just stop by 190 West 10th Street, taking your old, dirty, dusty air filter. It's very important to change those out on a regular basis. And they will swap it out and give you a brand new standard 1-inch air filter for free. That's 190 West 10th Street.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialist, get rid of, I believe they do gophers. They do, as you would call them, sky rats.
Sky rats or pigeons to other people.
They do those. They do spiders. They do creepies, crawlies, termites. It's that season.
It's scorpion. You do not want scorpions.
No, you don't. Give them a call. Check out their Facebook. Check out all their Twitter and their Snapchat. They run certain specials on there, so that way you guys can get a good deal on a quality service.
And I love how community oriented they are.
Oh,
They're
they are
always doing
awesome.
wonderful things and thinking of others first. They're amazing people
Yeah.
at Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialist. All right, now Anita has a question.
No,
or
we
a
have to
comment.
do a shout out.
Oh, shout out here. Go ahead.
So Facebook Live, I'm going to, typically you guys could see, but since you're not sitting at your desk, I don't know if you can see, but Chris Olivas wants to give a shout out to Linda Quirino?
Spell it.
Quirino.
Kirano?
Quirano. You're so good. She turns 26 today.
Well,
Happy birthday.
Let's
And I'm the half Mexican girl. God help us all.
so disappointed.
I couldn't read.
Well, we do have our Firehouse birthday shout-outs. We will go ahead and share right now. These are brought to you by Firehouse Subs, and the Firehouse Public Safety Foundation saves lives through donation grants. And each week we select one person who had a birthday the week before, and they're entered into a random drawing for a free medium sub, chips, drink, and dessert from Firehouse Subs. When you buy more subs, you help save more lives.
And they don't believe that just making a good sub is enough. They have to be excellent, good, yummy, healthy, hearty. Yum.
And you have to do good too. It all ties in
You do.
together. Well, happy birthday today. We're going to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday birthdays. We have Alicia Robles today, along with Araceli Noriega, Keith Knappen, Taylor Tanaka, Ezekiel Silva, also known as Zeke, and Danny Fausto, celebrating with Cynthia Gloria today.
And Saturday we have Atina, oh Lord, Cobarrubias.
Covarrubias.
There we go. Jennifer Garcia, Peggy Sue Collins, and Corey Tuggle.
And for Sunday, Luis Velez, Alex Ozuna. I think that's A.O. Murder, one of our local monsters we've had on a couple different times. Summer Stout, one of our Miss Yuma counties who has held that position in the past. Aaliyah Young. Aaliyah turns 19. I've known her since probably second grade.
Oh.
What a beautiful, wonderful young lady. Candy Manville, a brand new mama, is celebrating. And Eric Ruby also has a birthday on Sunday. All of our local folks will be entered into that random drawing on Monday.
Yeah, listen Monday. One of you could be a lucky winner.
That's right. And speaking of Firehouse, we want to encourage people to text in the keyword Firehouse to 928-343-0993. Each week we're going to pick one winner to win that Firehouse platter, which includes
Deluxe platter includes subs, chip assortment, and a cookie assortment, a gallon of lemonade or iced tea.
all right. All you need to do is enter to win, and you should get like a special bounce back too. You can enter as often as you like. Please text responsibly and visit monstermediayuma.com for details. Anita has another question or
statement.
Yes.
Actually, I have two birthday shout outs. I want to give Dr. Chavez, Lily Chavez, a birthday shout out. Today is her birthday. She
Happy
does great
birthday.
work in the community and has amazing children. I have the privilege of being able to teach two of them, so I just want to give you a quick shout out. We love you, and we are grateful that you are part of our family. And then a very special birthday shout out, believe it or not. Joseph, my number 2 child, is going to be a full adult tomorrow.
21.
Oh, it pains me to know that they're going so fast.
It does go by
Welcome to my
fast.
world. I have a 21 and a 24, so at least you're getting up there with me.
Mine will be
Yes.
21 in January.
Right?
Oh, when did this happen?
It goes too fast.
Well, one way to combat some of the sadness when you have rough days like your kids are aging is with a delicious, delectable sweet treat like what Janice has created today.
I know I did 3 different kind of cookie bars. Everybody, like I said, this is like my kids. You guys all have different flavors. You like lemon. Teresa loves snickerdoodle. Anita loves like kale flavor. I couldn't make kale flavor cookie bars. No, just joking. She's always our health nut, so I try to make something good for her too. But I love gooey caramel, so I had to put that in there. So I did 3 different kinds of bars. It took a little bit of time because the recipe, I even made the caramel on the one. So, no, not just unwrap and melt down some caramel. I actually
like
made
homemade
it
caramel.
from the extra fine sugar, the butter, the cream. I did it all.
Wow.
I know.
I didn't know you could do that. I thought
Oh,
you only opened the little packet, the plastic wrappers.
And that was
melted.
high tech, right? When they finally made the ones unwrapped, it was hallelujah time because you didn't have to
Less
spend more
work.
time. But no. So this one on the snickerdoodle, it's going to be your common snickerdoodle recipe with a lot of the sugar and the crystallized cinnamon on the top. These, I put them more in smaller squares instead of longer bars because they are sweet and you really don't need a whole big piece of them. That one little bite in there is going to be good. The caramel one, I made the cookie bottom also. So it's a chocolate chip cookie bottom, and I made that too with the chips and everything, baked it, and then brought it out and put in a new layer on top with the caramel, and then had to put it in the refrigerator with little chocolate chips on it. The lemon I made because I am like Jennifer, I love lemon. So I made that one for us, and that one is a gluten-free option. So you're not using the regular flour mixture on that. You are lucky because Albertsons on 24th, where I get all of my stuff because they are my food sponsor. They allow me to do this every week with the food options that I bring with you guys. They have a very large gluten-free section, larger than a lot of the stores that I have seen for a regular grocery store. And they have all different flour mixtures, and their gluten-free flours, you can have either a baking one or one that you would use for coating and so forth, but this is a special mixture for baking. So it rises like normal flour would. It won't give you a super hard density like some of your gluten-free options. And you actually used lemon. I zested it and put it in there, so, and the actual juice from that too. I know, not out of a jar. I went all out for you guys yesterday. I went all out.
I'm very impressed.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait a minute.
I heard snickerdoodles.
Yeah.
I came running. I heard snickerdoodles.
Yeah, that's one almost whole half of it.
You had her at Snickerdoodle.
I was on my way in. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to get there now. I need to get there now. Janice has snickerdoodles for me, so I'm excited.
That's the, and what the Culligan people left for too, and she's like, I have to have snickerdoodle, please. Go right ahead. You're right up there with Teresa. You may have it.
Well, she can't have them all.
No, she only took a little bit of them, but this way it gives us an option. So if you're going to do a party or so forth, do a couple different flavors of something, because you might not have someone who always likes the same stuff. That's what I've really learned with 4 kids.
We have to do a birthday shout out again. We want to wish Linda Carino a happy 26th birthday today. Quirino. Still not sure if that is correct. She was walking into work and didn't get to hear it. So there you go. Happy birthday, Linda. All right. Are these recipes available on our website?
They are. They are already up. I put them up this morning. So you go to monstermediayuma.com, click on the little Foodylicious tab, and they are the one that says new item, try me. So they're right at the top of the page.
All right. And we have a 251 winner
You
to
do. So
announce.
when you go get those recipes and try them, right underneath that, you will see my sponsor, 251. And this week's lucky winner of a $25 gift certificate is Andrea Ramirez. So she's going to get $25. She'll get to go try some of the new options. They have a lot of keto food menu items on there.
And keto drinks.
And drinks. So you can have cocktails too and not have to feel guilty about that and still stay in your guidelines. They have a full bar now, and it's Friday, so they're going to do after hours tonight and tomorrow night. They are open till 2:30 on the back patio, so you can get some good quality food if you've been out with friends.
All right. Well, how about we take our last break? Now that Teresa's back, we'll launch into Cat Trick Friday fun.
Okay, sounds good.
The last quarter hour of the show.
Okay.
It's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com. We'll be back after the break. Don't forget, watch us on Facebook Live, too, on my page or the station page.
I'm like discombobulated. Everyone's in the wrong place.
I'm so sorry.
And now we're doing like Chinese fire drill.
Hurry. Switch.
Sorry. We're done.
We are dancing. We're doing the 4
We're going to
step.
swap your things out there.
You were on this one.
Oh, you missed something good.
What'd I miss?
When Anita was swapping around the headphones, I'm
Oh,
thinking, it
yeah.
was before the show started. I'm like, we have dead air. What? I had the delay. I'm like, it's because she'd unplugged me. I told her about the door window yesterday and chamber.
It was so funny. She was so funny coming out of chamber. She's like, wait, is that a door or a window? I don't even need that door. We came in.
We were running in like
Where are we going,
50 miles an hour to get there.
Atina didn't hear the birthday shout out. She said, dang, my husband sent my B-Day info for a shout out.
Okay.
No worries. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, that's
We got you.
We got your back.
Pronounce.
Because I can give my name.
Can you hand me my soda behind you?
Yeah,
For
sure.
everything to fully be back in retrograde.
Coba Rubius.
Unretroed.
Oh, and I think I put my little tape sponsor list in the piles there.
Yes.
Oh, she has to have that
What do you
back.
have? What is it?
The sponsor
So
list.
there.
She made me wing it.
I heard you.
She did good though.
Yeah, she did.
No.
This.
Yeah.
Do we have to say sponsors again?
No, we already did it.
Okay.
Sorry. You're fine.
See, teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Stubby tape.
Parenting is parenting. You don't get to do it during business hours.
I wish.
Right.
Did everything work out?
Yes.
Good.
Details soon.
So you don't need me. You don't need me to go over there and take care of something for you.
Benny's having a haunted house.
What?
I haven't heard that.
Oh, I think she wants to do the haunted house again. Lisa, she's texting me for Christmas.
Yes.
She wants to go do the haunt. She's gonna
They
come
won't do
down
it this year. They alternate.
They'll do it for Halloween.
No, that's her birthday's Halloween.
Okay.
Her birthday's like the 27th.
And they do
I
it
wanna say.
like 2 weeks up to that
Yeah.
anyway. So if she comes down even before,
She's coming for her birthday.
better not be well.
Oh, good. We
No,
can bring.
it's the end of the month.
We'll bring Sydney and Lawrence too.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We'll be doing Scary and Safe again. We were asked about that yesterday.
Okay.
Amongst all the officers. Hey!
So you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
It's not like I can say no.
Yeah. and once we work on the stage, how are we gonna get out of that?
Right.
Ready?
Yep.
But that was the best platform.
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
And I'm foodie-licious.
Yummy.
Oh,
See, it just wasn't the same without you.
I know.
Everything
I
is
missed
back in
it.
place.
I missed it.
Because we
The
had
stars
a few,
have aligned.
We had a few people that missed the birthday shout outs again today. And happy birthday to Alicia Roblos, Araceli Noriega, Keith Knappen, Taylor Tanaka, Zeke Silva, Danny Fasto, Cynthia Gloria, and for tomorrow, Atina Covarrubias, Jennifer Garcia, Peggy Collins, and Corey Tuggle.
That Cynthia Gloria, I have to elaborate on. That is my auntie. She's my Nina. She
Aw.
is celebrating in heaven, but we are celebrating her today and all day. All day, today and every day.
Well, what a nice tribute.
Yes.
All right, Catch Your Friday.
I didn't get a chance to make my new one. I've had a hectic last 12
You have,
hours.
just a little bit.
So I opted for my Humane Society shirt.
It works out though.
It does.
It
I
works
like
out.
yours.
This-
I like yours a lot.
Mine is the Crazy Cat Lady shirt.
Yes.
And this was made by, hang on.
Your neighbor,
Yes, but I'm
your
trying
wonderful
to,
neighbor that
Yeah.
is really awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I knew her name so I could help you.
With Humane
Hang on.
Society?
No.
I'm drawing a blank here because we know, unfortunately, that sometimes that's something that happens with age.
I hate when I forget names.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel your pain. I feel your
Okay, no,
pain.
it's
You think about it, and I'll
it's
tell.
it's all coming to me.
So I didn't have a cat shirt on, and I'm wearing all black, a skirt and stuff. But I came in, and my accent colors are teal, and you had a new pair of teal cat headphones.
I know they match you perfectly.
I know. I was so happy.
All right, I'm sorry, Katie Stevens. I was remembering the Katie
I
part,
was like,
but,
what?
but someone named Nicole just messaged me something. It's not Nicole Stevens. Sorry, Katie. Katie made several of the iron-on, so this is mine. I did not do a very good job ironing on, but
Hey, I will be.
I'll fix it.
I will be wearing one next week, and it's actually really cool because it's a dog and cat combo,
Aw.
which I love because I like to think I'm a dog person. I have cats because of my son, and I love them too. So I like the little logo that she made. It's a dog and a cat. It's a dog. It's a dog within a cat's within a dog. It's really weird,
It's
but
a
it's
cool
really
little
cute.
silhouette.
It is.
I
It's
have
really
some
cute.
other variations next door, so you can have your go at it too.
Yes.
Yes, thank you
Aw.
very much, Kelly.
Yes, and I found
Katie.
that it's hard.
Katie.
Katie. Yes, Katie Stevens, you're awesome. It's,
I won't forget her name.
I do, but it was easier sitting on the floor. Maybe not.
You like to do a lot of things on the floor. I've noticed.
I do paperwork here in my office.
I won't forget Katie's name.
Why is that you have a...
So my brother-in-law is Steven, and his girlfriend is Katie.
Oh, there you go.
So, you got to remember those mnemonic devices. Help you remember things. So, Katie Stevens, I got you from now
Well,
on.
there you go.
Did you let them know what kind of cat shirt prize we have?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
it's a pretty snazzy prize.
I didn't even get a chance to look at it yet. Oh my goodness, I'm so
$200
high.
value.
Oh my goodness.
It's Wingstop, Oriental House, Lotus Day Spa Salon, Laser Gals, 2 trading card packs from Magic the Gathering, a Diamondbacks, Rally Towel, and cell phone easel, a Jennifer Blackwell photography gift certificate. I think that's all.
All in a really cute bag that
Yes.
has glasses.
An
on the
adorable
cat bag.
cat tote bag with red glasses.
I love
Because
it.
Anita thinks it looks like me.
I think it looks
And
good.
we have a comment here from Nick. He says, Larry and Amber have always been great to us. He recommends Culligan anytime. They've been helpful every time.
Awesome.
I'm sorry that I missed you guys, but
She
very
loves,
informative.
She loves snickerdoodles.
hey,
too.
she knows
She's your kind of person.
Yeah, she is my kind of
here
person.
to represent.
At least somebody's holding it down while I'm
You guys are doodle sisters.
Oh, I like that. I love that.
I first met Amber through scrapbooking, probably over 10 years ago. And it's funny, we live in the same community, but it was on a message board for a national company. And we started we got in touch somehow that way. And there were little different groups of individuals. Some still do it.
Yeah.
I don't make the time for it like I should.
We should. I have all that
You are the
stuff.
reason that I started scrapbooking.
I still have it all.
I do
just
too.
don't have the time. I like to sit down and make cards on occasion.
We should.
I have the
We're gonna do that.
rolling scrapbook, like square little travel case that you pull behind you.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad. I was really into it for a while, and I still have pictures bundled. Like I would get pictures I wanted for something, put them in a Ziploc.
Never finished.
Yeah. So I think the kids are like 6 in those pictures.
Jen
So
is
it's
the
gonna
one who initially got me into scrapbooking, and then I made one scrapbook of like Eli's first year, and then we just went to cards. I have only made one actual
Well,
scrapbook.
I published
You know
an
what?
online magazine for over 10 years, and we needed projects
Yeah.
for the different sponsors. So I'd be like, okay, I need this. That's where Amber, she was on my design team for a while.
Scrapping at the co-op.
What? So,
I love it.
Like
Yes.
Stephanie's all over it.
I love it. I love it.
I was
Okay, so
scrap
here's.
down.
There's Anita.
I'm all over this. I'm all over this. So what we're gonna do is, one of the things I remember doing, I haven't really scrapbooked since I've moved to Yuma. I did it a lot in Indiana. I had a good friend, and we would just go together and we'd scrapbook. And at one of the scrapping events we went to, it was an all-day event. We went in the morning, and we were there until about like 8 o'clock that evening. But you completed a whole album, but it was a mini album.
Oh, cool.
So I'm gonna buy albums for all of us.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll tell you how many pages it has, and we'll bring supplies. You just have to bring your pictures.
I'm
And
down.
we're going to do an album in a day.
I
I'm
have
down.
over 30 completed scrapbooks of my son, but I don't think there's
That's
anything past
overkill.
8th grade. But,
that-
I only have
you
one
know,
child, too.
I like to
Makes a
think that
difference.
when
I
he's
have one
older
for-
and has kids and
well,
marries,
I'm
that they
enjoying
will
showing the
love them.
girlfriend some of those pages now
Exactly,
because
exactly.
they're so cute.
And you're funny, you have one kid, so you're like, I can do that. And us with multiple kids. My kids make fun of me because they say, Mom, oh, my kid, Daniel, there's so many pictures of him. And, you know, every 3 months because he was the first. Then Travis has like 2. I think there's one with all 3 of the older kids, and there's one picture with all 4 children.
It's Today in Yuma. Get those Catch Up Friday entries in by noon. Everyone be safe. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday on Today in Yuma. KCYK Yuma and KLJZ Yuma.
Travis gets so mad. And Trent's like, did I even
Stephanie,
exist?
I love it. I love it. I love it. We're going to reach out to you and make it happen.
Yeah, I have the
Happy Friday. You just made my Friday. Now I'm
black
excited.
case on wheels and